All right, so this is a bit interesting here. Obviously, we all know about the slate of Justice Democrats and Our Revolution candidates who ran the last cycle. Some of them won, people like AOC, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, etc., etc. So obviously now there's a new slate of people who are progressives who are trying to unseat corporate Democrats in their respective districts. And I made a video on a couple of these people who are prospects for to be picked up by groups like Our Revolution or Justice Democrats. There's Michaela Wilkes, and there's Jose Caballero, and there's also here we're going to be looking at Joshua Collins, who's running, I believe, in Washington's 10th district, and then we're also going to be looking at Sima Hernandez, who's running for Senate in Texas. I'll definitely be sure to leave a donation link to both of their campaigns and their website links, so go donate to their campaigns. But this is interesting. So, Joshua Collins, he's a truck driver who's running in Washington. I believe it's the 10th district. He says, I swear I'm going to get on Oprah before at Kyle Kulinski or Jimmy Dore have me on, LMAO. So this is interesting because, of course, Kyle Kulinski doesn't really have on many guests. He kind of just does his own thing, and that's his style. And, I wish that he would have, his style is fine, it's great, right? It would be cool to see one in-person guest, like just one. If one person were to come into his studio for like an interview or a convo or whatever, that would be pretty cool. He's got a big desk, it would be really tight. I don't know if he had like Michael Brooks or someone, I don't know. That would be really cool. But as you guys know, Kyle kind of just does his own thing, and so he's not really much of bringing people on. Now, Jimmy Dore's credit, because we don't give Jimmy Dore very much credit here, but he does deserve credit on this. He does bring on candidates like quite a bit. And so he'll bring on candidates and sometimes even guests that are pretty important. But he will bring on candidates. I think he's one of the first people to bring AOC on his show, actually. So, to his credit, that's what he did. Now, Sima Hernandez responds saying, all you gotta do is email Ron Placone to be on the Jimmy Dore show. Kyle Kulinski is a totally different story. He likes the sound of his own voice. Yikes, that's quite a shot there, Kyle Kulinski. Now, I was trying to think about this as to whether or not a comment like that is really helpful for a campaign. I'm not really sure. I think everyone should model the Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez method because I think it's like the method that works the best and just works in general. Now, there may be some slight alterations you have to do to kind of change depending on the district you're in, but in general, following that route of let's focus on social media and mostly focus on knocking on doors. She really went ham on just knocking on doors and really talking to everyone in the district. I think that that's key for any of these campaigns. I think if there's one thing that all these progressives need to do, it's knock on doors nonstop. Just knock on as many doors as possible. Try to get all of them if you can. But I'm not really sure if this is a good route for a candidate for Senate in Texas to kind of say that Kyle likes the sound of his own voice. I guess it's not that big of a deal, but I'm not really sure if AOC was doing that kind of stuff. I really am not sure. I don't think so. But I'm sure Jimmy Dore will have Joshua on. I don't know about Kyle Kulinski, but these are both potential Our Revolution / Justice Democrat candidates. But it's a little interesting. I'm not really sure, how to feel about this. But let me know your thoughts on this down below. I'm very curious.